Well, God bless you. I really appreciate anyone taking the time to watch the video. Today, I'm going to discuss some things that I think is going to be a little disagreeable. Deals with the church. And I want you to understand that I believe this is revelation. So before you disagree, be mindful to pray about it. It's one thing to be disagreeable, but it's another thing to be disrespectful. So I appreciate your comments. I welcome your comments, but let's be respectful, kind to one another. If you have something to say, then certainly appreciate it. But let's have dialogue. But we can't have dialogue through messaging. So if you want to contact me, DM me, we can have a discussion. One of the things that I want to talk about is, as it relates to the church, is we have totally gotten away from kingdom expressions in the body of Christ. Everything is churchy, local church. Hear my heart on this. Jesus said that upon this rock I'll build my church. And yet we have churches planted everywhere. We have all types of churches. We have all kinds of people who are pastoring these churches with the assumption that this, in fact, is the church that Jesus said that he would build. Notice that Jesus never told Peter, go build it, go plant it. I am mindful of Noah in his day after the flood. God gave Noah a directive. The directive was, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. Jesus gave his apostles a directive, which said, go preach the gospel into all the earth, make disciples of men, which I believe is a type of being fruitful and multiplying. Never did Jesus say, go build a temple. Notice in Noah's day, after that commandment was given to go into the earth, men sat still and they began to build a temple. Nimrod was the pastor. And today we have pastors building temples. Not understanding when God said, go be fruitful, Jesus said, go multiply in the kingdom, be fruitful in the kingdom. We build temples. I want you to hear my heart on this. Now I understand the things that have been said about ecclesia, that it wasn't church, but it was, or the assembly, but it was the assembled. I understand ecclesia is those who are called out. Even when we talk about the 7 churches of Asia, you cannot tell me that was a physical church. They were people in Asia who represented those regions that was the body of Christ, that was the church. Those places, the body of Christ. The church, I'm in Concord, North Carolina. The church in Concord should be one church. The church in Philadelphia, one church. We are part of the body, but instead we've fragmented ourselves and we have 1,000 churches in one city with different names over the doorposts, no fellowship, no union, fragmented, and no power. And today in the body of Christ, we have all these churches and people and men over their temples with no power. Great teaching, but no power. No demonstration of God's love, no demonstration of God's power and authority in the earth. We do not present ourselves as salt of the earth. If you notice the things that are taking place today in churches, there's foolishness to God. All of the things, the emotionalism, and where has it gone? It's gone to a place of entertainment because we want to attract people to our places of worship or to our temples. Here's the thing that God shared with me. A man begins to plan a ministry. He puts his face out there. He puts on wonderful clothing. He looks the part. He looks, what we think is successful. He presents his family. He presents everyone. He and himself and his wife. They take the picture. They become the image of the ministry. They brand the ministry. So today we have people who are drawn to these people, and they think that it's because of God. But no, you've fallen in love with the man or the woman, and then you fall in love with the building, and those things have become an idol. Whether the person who is presenting it or not, they may not understand that, but it has become an idol to some people because you love that thing more than you love God. You will give your life to that thing, that ministry, that brand. That's why you can't correct the preacher when he falls, because you're too in love with him. And there are ministries today, you're too in love with these ministries. And the entertainment that takes place, often that's why we understand that most of the people show up on Sunday and they don't come to Bible study. They're too in love with the entertainment. You can demonstrate when people are too in love with their pastor because they won't listen to anyone else. They won't hear from anyone else. They're not a part of the body. They're not thinking kingdom. They're thinking our thing, our temple, what we're building, what we're trying to do. And God is trying to bring clarity to his body. He's trying to implement power back into his body, but we can't do that until we understand who we are. These temples that we're building are temples to man, not to God. We call it the house of God, but that's just a declaration that we've made. We know that Jesus called the temple the house of prayer, but that was Old Testament. Jesus did not tell his disciples to go plant a church. He said he would build it. And the church is not the building, but it's the people of God. We are his body. We are his kingdom. We are his church. I hope you hear my heart, because judgment is coming. Men sit over temples, and they have become temples to themselves, platforms for themselves. Notice at one time it was ministry, now it is more stage presence. Platforms, what they're doing, entertainment, to draw people. Because Jesus never said to draw them. He said, go preach the gospel. And that wasn't just to clergy, that was to every believer on your job, in the marketplace, in the places that you come in contact with, those who are around you, at McDonald's, wherever you are. That's going into go and plant and sow that God might give the increase. We've got it mixed up. We think it's clergy and then laypersons. We all have been called to minister. It may not be on a platform. It may not be the thousands. That might just be the 1-2 people, whoever it is. We're called a minister. I hope you hear and receive. I believe God is doing something in the earth. Just as lies have been projected, truth is also being projected and injected into his body. I hope you get some truth today. God bless you for listening.